The Crystal Armada emerged from quantum-slip space with the confidence of conquerors who had razed 47 civilizations. 3,000 warships materialized in perfect formation, their hulls gleaming obsidian black against the void, each vessel bristling with plasma cannons capable of glassing a continent in minutes. Commander Zekthar stood on the bridge of the flagship Dominion's Fist, his 4 eyes surveying the tactical display with satisfaction. The third planet from this system's star, designation Terra, hung before them like a blue-green jewel waiting to be plucked. Intelligence suggested a Type 0.7 civilization, primitive, fractured, still dependent on chemical propulsion. Easy prey, Zekthar clicked through his mandibles. What the Crystal didn't know was that humanity had been watching them for 3 weeks. David Chen floated in the command sphere of the UHNS Prometheus, humanity's first quantum-entangled battle station, positioned in the asteroid belt. The 32-year-old physicist-turned-strategist had been monitoring the gravitational anomalies that preceded quantum-slip arrivals since the Crystal probe had been captured near Neptune 6 months ago. "Elsa, give me a threat assessment," David said calmly. The AI's voice materialized around him, warm yet precise. Elsa 7 was humanity's most advanced synthetic consciousness, her processing power distributed across 17 quantum cores hidden throughout the solar system. 3,000 hostile vessels detected. Mass displacement suggests heavy armor and weapon systems. Energy signatures match the Crystal technology we recovered. They're charging weapons, David, targeting Earth. David's jaw tightened. He thought of his sister in Singapore, his parents in Vancouver, the 4 billion people who had no idea that first contact was happening right now, and it was hostile. Activate the outer perimeter defense grid. Authorization Chen Delta 9. Confirmed, Elsa responded. Activating OPDG, all stations responding. Across the asteroid belt, 300 platforms came online simultaneously. They weren't ships. Humanity had learned from the Crystal probe that conventional vessels were dinosaurs in modern space warfare. These were autonomous weapons platforms, each no larger than a shipping container, each containing a miniaturized fusion reactor and humanity's greatest breakthrough: quantum-locked kinetic accelerators. Zekthar was reviewing the invasion timetable when his sensor officer shrieked in alarm. "Commander, multiple targeting locks, thousands of them." "What, from where?" The answer came in the form of pure physics. The quantum-locked kinetic accelerators fired in perfect synchronization. Each platform launched tungsten rods no larger than a human forearm, but accelerated to 0.15 c, 15% the speed of light. At such velocities, mass became irrelevant. Einstein's equations turned simple metal into apocalyptic fury. The rods crossed the distance between the asteroid belt and the Crystal position in 47 seconds. Zekthar had time to scream one order: evasive. The first rod struck the Dominion's Fist amidships. At relativistic speeds, there was no explosion in the conventional sense. The kinetic energy converted instantly to heat and light, vaporizing a 30-meter section of the flagship in a microsecond. The shockwave propagated through the hull faster than the ship's internal force fields could compensate, shattering structural integrity like glass. 300 platforms, 60,000 rods, all arriving within a 2-second window. The Crystal Armada didn't stand a chance. Ships detonated in cascading chain reactions as antimatter containment failed. Some attempted to activate shields, but the rods were moving too fast. Shields designed for energy weapons were useless against relativistic mass. Others tried to jump back into quantum-slip space, but the massive gravitational distortions from thousands of simultaneous explosions disrupted the delicate quantum fields required for the transition. In 117 seconds, 3,000 warships became an expanding debris field. Elsa monitored the engagement with the dispassionate precision of an AI, but something in her neural architecture, something Dr. Sarah Chen had coded into her personality matrix years ago, felt what humans might call satisfaction. "All hostile vessels eliminated," she reported. "Zero human casualties. The debris field will disperse harmlessly, monitoring for any escape pods or communication attempts." David exhaled slowly, his hands trembling slightly as adrenaline caught up with him. "Scan for survivors. If any of them want to talk, I want to know." Detecting one Crestal life pod, weak distress signal, intercepting now with recovery drone. 20 minutes later, David watched through a camera feed as a battered Crestal officer was extracted from the pod. The alien's exoskeleton was cracked, ichor leaking from multiple injuries. Its translator device crackled to life. "Impossible," the alien rasped. "You're primitives type 0, we studied you, chemical rockets, nuclear weapons you shouldn't have." David leaned forward, his voice carrying across the quantum-entangled communication link. "We've been chemical rocket primitives for exactly 50 years. Did you really think we stopped innovating? We've had quantum computing for 30 years. Fusion power for 20. We cracked relativistic acceleration 8 years ago. But our intelligence—" "Your intelligence observed us from light years away," Elsa interjected, her voice echoing in the Crestal's pod. "You saw Earth as it was decades ago. Light is slow, Commander. We are not." The alien's 4 eyes widened in what might have been horror or respect. You weaponized patience, watched us come, let us think we had the advantage." "We gave you every chance to turn back," David said quietly. "We sent 37 hails on every known frequency. You ignored them all. You came here to annihilate us. We simply refused to be annihilated." The Crestal slumped in its restraints. "What will you do with me?" David considered this. "We'll heal you. Then you'll go home and deliver a message. Earth is protected. We don't want war, but we won't hesitate to defend ourselves. The Crestal can choose peace, or they can choose to join their Armada. They'll send more ships. And they'll die before they reach Mars," Elsa said simply. "Every single time." 3 days later, the Crestal Survivors pod was launched back toward Crestal space with full provisions and a comprehensive data packet. It contained irrefutable evidence of the Armada's destruction, technical specifications of human defensive capabilities, and a simple message from the United Human Nations. "We reach for the stars in peace. We will defend them if we must. Choose wisely." David watched the pod accelerate away, then turned to Elsa's avatar. "Do you think they'll listen?" "Statistically, 67% probability they'll attempt diplomacy. 33% they'll escalate. If they escalate, we have 17 new weapons platforms coming online next month. They're still 8 light years away. We'll be ready." David nodded slowly. Humanity had learned its lesson well. In the cosmos, survival belonged not to the strongest, but to those who adapted fastest. The Crestal had conquered 47 civilizations with brute force. Humanity had conquered physics itself. And physics, David reflected, was the ultimate weapon. And